It's something that people often put off, but estate planning is essential to protect and preserve your assets.
Hiring a professional who understands the landscape of everything you need to consider is key, and that's why Derek Hatch from Jeffrey Burr Law Firm is here today. Good morning.
Good morning, Jessica, Elliot.
Yeah,
Hey.
Wonderful to have you. Well, let's start off with kind of laying the foundation here. What does it mean to have an estate plan?
So it's really simple. It's really just having a plan that speaks for you when you can no longer speak for yourself, whether that's due to incapacity or death. In Nevada, we're really fortunate to have some of the best trust and estate planning law in the country. Forbes and other magazines will usually rank us first, second, or third in the country for having some of the best trust law. Mm-hmm. So when we're meeting with clients, it's really just we're trying to make sure that their plan avoids probate and guardianship court. We're making sure that what they've worked for and earned and saved is protected, so asset protection. And then the third one is tax efficiency, making sure that their plan is tax efficient. So at our firm, all of our estate planning attorneys were either CPAs or tax attorneys. So we want to make sure that their plan is tax efficient.
When you mentioned clients briefly there, what kind of clients do you guys take on? I think some people might think this is above their means or something that they don't need to worry about, they can take care of themselves. Does it kind of stretch the whole breadth of types of customers you'd expect?
Yeah, interestingly, when I started practicing, I thought it would be mostly older clients, mm-hmm. but surprisingly, a lot of younger clients and people want to do their planning. You know, whether it's the 18-year-old, we just had one go off to college, did her planning, got her powers of attorney.
Smart.
You never know what could happen, a car accident or something. And then, or it's just the single mom with a minor child that wants to say, hey, what I have, I want to be spent this way if something happened to me. So sure. Obviously it does skew more to middle-aged, but any range of, a lot of people do it. So
interesting. Yeah.
Well, we know that regulations can sort of vary from state to state. So for here specifically in Nevada, are there any sort of, super specific regulations involved in estate planning here?
Yeah, so estate planning law is very state specific. One plan in one state might not work well in another. And so in Nevada, again, we're very fortunate to have really good trust law here and really good estate planning law. So it's something that if you did your planning in New Jersey and it was just a simple plan there, it may not work that well here. So it's good to look it out, blow the dust off, and look at it. We often tell clients that estate planning is not like a check the box one time it's done. It's something that you occasionally review and update.
Yeah, it's especially right now, people are always trying to save money, find ways to cut corners, and there might be a lot of people out there tempted to do an online will, thinking that covers them. Are there any reasons why they shouldn't do that? Why they need to obviously come and speak to professionals like yourselves?
Yeah, so I'm a DIY guy. I grew up in Canada in a small town. My parents were educators. There was 9 kids, so it was DIY or die. Honestly. So fast forward to 15 years ago. My wife and we had just moved into our first home here. She wanted overhead garage storage bins put in. So I was like, I grabbed the drill, I can do this. Luckily they were gone. So the kids were all gone, Heather was gone, so you can see where that's going. And I started drilling into the ceiling and in the garage, and psh, I hit the 2-inch gas pipeline.
Of course you did.
So I run over
I
run over to the garage door code, or the button, the garage was shut. All the Bruce Willis Die Hard movies flashed through my mind, and where the stove and the light bulb goes off, and I hit the button. That didn't happen. I evacuate the neighbors and the Henderson Fire Department, shout out to them. They brought the cavalry in, and they're like, Derek, I don't know how you didn't blow yourself up. So I share that with sometimes with clients that are tempted to DIY it themselves, and oftentimes when you're doing your own planning, you don't know when you hit that 2-inch gas pipeline, often till years down the road. Oftentimes most of the time after you're gone and deceased. So, and then when that problem, at that point, it's too expensive to fix, or you have to go to court and the family's in a big bind, so it can cost a lot. So that's something I share there to.
You get what you pay for.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
you so much for joining us this morning. Jeffrey Burr Law Firm are experts at estate planning and making sure your strategy minimizes potential tax consequences.
To learn how they can assist you and your assets for your will, or to schedule an appointment with them, head to jeffreyburr.com.